Soccerverse is only a few days away from the official launch after years of development. And the airdrop, guys, the airdrop is being officialized, announced, almost distributed. All the details are out. Almost $140,000 worth of influence is going to be distributed to about 900 active managers and testers of the beta testers of Soccerverse, and another $200,000 worth of influence to Xaya ICO participants. A lot of money. So in this quick video we look at the eligibility criteria and also at a few airdrop distribution statistics that you might be curious about, and then the next steps before the launch, which is super imminent, is behind the corner, guys. Really, it's about to get wild. And if you want to know how to best position yourself at the start of the game, what are the best strategies, how to maximize your SVC earnings and all of that, there will be a Twitch live stream, tactical pre-launch live, where everyone can join and we can chat about our strategies to start the game strong. So check in the description of the video, there is my Twitch link. You just have to create a free account if you don't have one already, subscribe to my Twitch profile, and then join us. It's going to be Wednesday the 8th of January 2026, of course, at 8 p.m. GMT time. 8 p.m. GMT time. Check in your local time zone. So I repeat, Wednesday, the 8th of January at 8 p.m. GMT time. Alright, let's go to the video. And here we are guys, let's jump into this quick video. Is going to be quick about the airdrop details, what happened, how it's been distributed. Let's start with the announcement that Snailbrain posted on the official Soccerverse Discord. If you're not in the Soccerverse Discord, what are you doing of your life? Come and join us in Discord. Link in the description, by the way. There you go. So they're rewarding the most active players with influence in clubs only. This is important. There is not going to be soccer players influence around at the start of the game. You gotta earn that with SVC. More on that later. Anyway, the eligibility criteria: consistent beta participation, so weekly activity, and active Discord engagement equals free influence. All right, so you needed to be an active participant of the beta, which basically means logging in and placing transactions, doing things in the game, active things, not just browsing the game, but actually sending transactions, either using your own crypto if you were an advanced user, or if you were just playing with the Discord account or Gmail account or any social account with the free move that Xaya provided. So if you did some moves every week for the past, I don't know, 3 years, you will get thousands worth of influence at the start of the game. This is good, guys. We will look at the details, at the minimum requirement, who got the maximum amount of influence and who got what was the minimum requirement to get some kind of influence. We will have a look at that with some charts that I prepared for you. And also Discord engagement. Discord engagement, I assume it means that at least you needed to post something, to be active, to write something in Discord in Soccerverse at the weekly basis as well. So this is for the managers, the active, not only managers, the active players of soccer. There are also other two categories that received free influence. Those are the ICO, the initial coin offering of Xaya, the creators of Soccerverse, that went on in 2018. So back in the days, those that participated, they just got influence are dropped to their accounts, to their names, and also those that won rewards in Torion. Check my previous video if you want to know what Torion is, etc, etc. So we received the influence in either the club they manage most frequently during the beta phase, or alternatively randomized. which I believe, for instance, if someone wasn't playing as a manager but was speculating with influences, so he was playing Soccerverse but just not as a manager, so they needed to airdrop him or her some kind of influence to some club, so it was random. And importantly, how to claim, you don't need to do anything, they will appear in your account at launch. So this is important. The rewards are based on several factors that are not guaranteed for everyone who played the beta, because there have been some issues with alt accounts, so Sibyls that wanted to take advantage of this airdrop opportunity to come with bots or just multiple identities, multiple wallets, a single person with 10, 20 different fake accounts that wanted to farm this opportunity, play with 20 different accounts and get airdrop in 20 different accounts. This is very common, guys, in the airdrop in the airdrop sphere. Very common, but not good, because these guys are stealing shares of airdrop to legit guys that only have one account for one person. Alright, let's have a look at this link here, the spreadsheet, which is basically where crystal clear, let me zoom in, there we go, crystal clear, you can see who got how much and why. Basically there are different tabs. This is the testers activity tab, where the managers are sorted by the most active, which is a combination, remember, of game activity, so weeks that you played Soccerverse or even Soccer Manager Elite before it was Soccerverse, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, etc. And also Discord, which I believe is also weeks of activity. I believe, no information about that, it's just my assumption. And then, as you can see, is the total is a simple sum of the two types of activities that were required, that were the criteria to be eligible of the airdrop, and then the value in dollar worth of influence. For instance, the top big boss GOAT of Soccerverse, Manolito 10, of course, we know it's been the most active in Soccer Manager Elite and then Soccerverse, etc. So he really totally deserved the top spot in the reward scale of the airdrop. He's been active 125 weeks, guys. It's more than 2 years, almost 3 years, I think. Probably around 2 years. 113 activity in Discord for a total of 238 points. Let's call it points. He got almost $2,000 worth of influence in this club, which I don't know what it is. I believe it's Ajax, because he's been mostly managing Ajax. And then we have Hamburger FC, another big boss of Soccerverse. We both, actually in my YouTube channel, if you're curious, I both interviewed these two guys. So if you're curious to meet them, check in my videos, amazing interview, amazing people. Hamburger, 103 weeks active, 105 in Discord, total of 208 for 1,664 in club 505, which is Inter. As you can see now, I can actually find it. I don't know why Ajax I couldn't find it. 505. There you go, it's Inter. So good shot for Hamburger, because he gets a lot of influence in one of the top club in the world. Not bad for Hamburger. And then all the other you can see, there is me, myself, with 206, I got this amount, etc, etc, etc. And then another interesting tab is the testers contributors. The tester contributors is, in the previous beta, we were able to buy influence packs with wCHI. So we were able to spend the wCHI actual money just to test and play the game with the influence and trade the influence, etc. So we were spending actually real money. That was totally up to us. Nobody ever told us to do it. We were free to try, and we did it. I spent nothing, like probably $10 or something, but some people like Phil Harvey, look at that, spent 20,000 wCHI. That it's valued at almost $2,000. So nowadays wCHI, as you can see from my blackboard there, it's only 6 cents, but probably what is being taken into account here is the average value of wCHI throughout the betas. I believe 10 cents, it's fine, it's okay. The all-time high of wCHI was 70 cents, and one of the most recent all-time low is around 3 cents. So it's not the all-time average, it's just probably an average price in the most active period of the the beta testing. All right, let's put it like that. So he spent almost $2,000. And this is the column that says ×2. They basically doubled whatever you spent and provided it as a reward in terms of influence. This is very nice from Soccerverse team. Thank you so much. Whatever you spent in the past during this beta, it gets doubled and rewarded to you as influence. This is a very, very good. And then there are other things like contributors. For instance, there is me. Thank you so much. By the way, kisses to the Soccerverse team, because I got awarded $5,000 worth of Napoli influence due to my activity in YouTube. So I've done like 82 videos in the past 3 years, 2 years and a half, 3 years, thousands and thousands of visualizations, and a lot of time and hours of work. So thank you so much for this kind appreciation. I really love it. And also thank you, the viewer, because you supported me through viewing this video, watching this video, commenting, liking, resharing, and subscribing. This all plays a role, guys. So thank you so much. With my heart, thank you so much. Blah. Kisses. And then Ronan, I don't know who Ronan is, but he got $2,000 in this club 252, which is, let's have a look if we can find it. I believe we can find it. 252 Aberdeen. So I think it's in Scotland, Aberdeen. Let's have a look. Yes, Premiership Scotland. Yes. Okay, and then the last tab is Translators. Maybe you don't know, but the game is available in very different languages. Italian. I translated the game in Italian for Soccerverse team, so that's why I'm there. Nickx, $100 value, I think, in Napoli. I don't know how these $100 get accounted. But then there is also in Greek, Manolito 10, Greek. I believe it's in Dutch. Sorry if I'm wrong, but it should be Dutch. Terence, I'm sure, is Chinese. And then there are El Tuco, Serrao, and Chipone, which I think Chipone is Spanish, Serrao, I don't know, El Tuco, I don't know. That's what we did. Okay, and now a little bit of statistics, just descriptive general statistics to have an idea of this airdrop distribution and the activity needed to get this influence. So first of all, let's start with this general statistics. In total, so by the way, these statistics, I simply downloaded the Excel, the spreadsheet, and did a little bit of analysis in Python. Very, very easy stuff. Might be prone to error, hopefully not. Might be prone to error, but this is what I got. So in general, the total managers that have been rewarded because they were active, so played the game, were 919. That's a lot. I wasn't expecting 919 managers to be rewarded. However, a lot of the managers have been rewarded with peanuts, with very, very small amount of influence, because they were super, super low entry barrier for this airdrop. You will see, I will show you the minimum requirement for getting something in terms of influence. This airdrop was very, very low in terms of do something, get the airdrop. There were 172 total people that contributed wCHI, so they spent actual money during previous beta to play the game, to trade influence, etc, etc. So 172 people also got rewarded through that doubling of the value they spent. They get the double in influence. 172 people. So, and the total influence are dropped, excluding ICO and Torion, and also investors. There are investors in the game, guys. We will talk about it later in the video. However, the total of the managers that were active, $139,525 worth of influence. So about $140,000 worth of influence to managers or gamers that played this beta. Not bad. Now activity. Let's have a look. What's the mean, the maximum, etc. that people received for their activity. So on average, the average reward is $118 worth of influence, which is very low because I need to show you the distribution. A lot of people received nothing, very small, and very few people, just like the top 5% received a lot of influence. Those are the core players, the core testers. Probably you that are watching this video as well. The maximum, we saw it before, is 1,904 by Manolito10. And the minimum, the bare minimum that you could get is $24 influence. Very easily to see. You can see it here. As you can see in the testers activity reward plot, each bar is an interval of reward. For instance, the first bar, which is the highest, it tells you how many testers, so how many gamers there are that received between $24 to $100 worth of influence. Actually, that should be 24 rather than a 0, because nobody took 0. And then it goes on. For instance, the second bar, as you can see, 120 people received between $100 to $200 worth of influence. As you can see from this plot, the vast majority, I would say like 60%, even more, 70% of the people that got rewarded received between $24 and $100 worth of influence. And then only a little bit, you see the numbers on top of the bars? Those are the number of how many people received that amount of rewards. Very few people received above 1,000, for instance. We can sum it: 5, 8, 11, 14, only 15 people received more than $1,000 worth of influence. This makes sense because those are the most active. This is how it works on Airdrop. You reward the most active, loyal people that have provided you the most value throughout this beta phase. It makes sense, totally sense. So some interesting stuff. The minimum activity that you would have done if you received $24 was only a total points of 3, guys. Only 3, which means so you could play for 3 weeks and have a Discord score of 0 and you would get $24. Or play 2 weeks and then have a Discord score of 1, so 2 plus 1 equals 3, which is the minimum, and boom, you get $24. What about to get at least, what is the minimum work that someone would have done to get $100? Well, the total must be 12, and the minimum weeks of activity in the game that is being recorded is 8. And the rest must be done in Discord. Or for instance, you've been 12 weeks active playing Soccerverse, but you have a Discord activity of 0, well, you get $100 of influence. What if you wanted to be in the top 1%? So get that juicy $1,500, $1,300 worth of influence. Top 1%, what would you needed to do? Oh my God, this English is very confusing and difficult. What did you have to do in order to be in the 1%? The total is 147, guys. So the top 1% total points go from 147 to 238. And you would have needed to be active for at least 93 weeks, which is about 2 years. Have a Discord activity of 113 weeks. So this is my case. What about the wCHI spent? So the total contributors, we saw that it was 172. The total dollars spent during the beta, according to the data provided by this spreadsheet, and accounting for an average wCHI price of 10 cents, is $11,548, which if you double, has provided a reward pool that has been given out to these people that spent this much of money of $23,000 worth of influence. Alright, enough with the stats. Now, one very important thing, guys. The influence that you will receive, do you remember there is that club ID column, is not going to be 100% in that club ID. As you can see, Tiki here said, not the whole dollar amount will be against the club influence in the club ID column, but parts of it will also be random influence, remember. However, very important, this should be enough if you're not one of those that receive like $24 or $50. That should be enough to propose yourself as a manager, and in most cases also to unlock yourself. So not bad. But pay attention by Snailbrain. Snailbrain here said, let me zoom in a little bit. It's possible you will also get influence in one of the few clubs that already have 20% owned by investors. What does this mean? This means that our investors, thank you, by the way, thank you investors for investing in Soccerverse and allowing this game to be developed and to become good. So these investors received some influence in some clubs, and these are a lot of influence. 20% of the club influence in some clubs, we don't know which ones, are already owned by the investors. And Snailburn already gave us a hint, so there will be more details in the light paper that hopefully will be out with the release of the game in a few days. But he's also said that there are 4 clubs in tier 1, which are the top 50 clubs in the world. So 4 clubs in the tier 1 are already owned by 20%. So 20% of these 4 clubs are already taken. Then there are more in tier 2 and more in tier 3. We don't know the details, but what does this mean? This means that if you get influence, let's say that, I don't know, Inter, for instance, Inter is very good and the investors were interested in owning 20% of Inter. This means that if you are Hamburglar, for instance, a super proven, very good manager in Soccerverse, and you get a lot of influence in Inter, if you want to manage Inter, you can definitely propose yourself, but then you can start to unlock yourself because he's going to have enough influence. But the investors might come into play and say, look, boy, I like you, but we have our own manager. We don't want any external one. And because they own 20%, they have 20% of the influence of the club, and Hamburglar will not have 20% of that club. They will easily kick me out. They will easily vote against him as a manager and vote whatever they want. There are already some mechanics in the game that need to be taken into account. So one strategy, like Snailburn said, could be that Hamburger, in this example, hopefully is not happening with Hamburger, I don't know, but in this example, he would need to speak with them through chat in Soccerverse and say, I would like to be manager of Inter, would you support me, blah blah blah, and basically sell himself as a good manager, which would be good because I treated him many times in Soccerverse in my videos, so they will know him already in this example. Sorry Hamburger, I'm taking you as an example. And maybe they say okay and they vote him. Like Snailburn also suggested he could sell his influence to them because you know that they're interested to Inter because they already selected it to get 20% of the influence. So you can sell your airdrop to them, cash in SVC, buy influence on another club that you're interested to manage, which is not 20% owned, and nothing, or get influence in some players. Remember this, guys, because it's something important and it's going to add some spicy in the first days. Very cool, very interesting. Okay, and then the next steps. What are the next steps? So the next steps is wait and chill. Remember that there is a total reset of the game, so whatever you accumulated during the beta will be wiped out. You will get this airdrop into your beta account. For instance, I'm playing as Nickx during my beta, so my Nickx name, because I'm logging in MetaMask, so this influence will be airdropped directly into my usual account. I don't have to do a new account or nothing like that. Don't do new accounts because new accounts will be empty because they're new. If you want to start afresh with a new account, you can, but just remember to log in into your old one where you received the airdrop and transfer the influence, all the influence that you got, that you will find in your portfolio, transfer it to your new account. Otherwise, it's not lost, it will be there forever, but it's a waste. So remember that. And then, most importantly, guys, think about a strategy. Think about how to best launch into the game. The game will launch in a few days. What would you do? It's good. It's better if you are prepared. If you have a strategy, what you want to do. Do you want to buy a lot of influence packs with USDC and then get to manage something? Do you want to buy a targeted influence packs of people that you know they manage good so that you can earn more SVC and then invest this SVC into players' influence, so becoming like a scout. You just take it easy, take your airdrop, sell it all. If you're lucky that you got it into a 20% owned club, so you can sell it and watch the others play. What did you do? To have a chat about how to play this launch, so how to strategize yourself, don't forget to come and join the live stream on Twitch. This is the pre-launch tactical community meetup, let's call it like that, Wednesday the 8th of January at 8 p.m. GMT time. All you have to do is to head over to Twitch, create a free account if you don't have one, so that you can subscribe to my account, which is free, and then you can chat with me. Otherwise you cannot chat. The link for Twitch is in the description of this video. Guys, I think this video went already too long. Remember to subscribe to my channel so that you keep super updated with whatever happens in Soccerverse and Xaya. And guys, we are really there. The next upload will be probably the live that we will do together, the Twitch live, and the video after that is going to be the after launch video. Oh my god, I'm already looking forward. All right guys, see you next time. Forza Napoli forever. Ciao.